Stop playing. No, hold on. Let go of me. Let go of me.
The tension between Mendeecees and Kirk Frost didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It had been building for quite some time. People close to both sides say the two men were never really cool with each other, even if they acted polite in public. Behind closed doors, there was a lot of shade and quiet dislike. Things really got heated after Mendeecees spoke at an industry event a few months back. The panel was about protecting your legacy, and he made a comment about staying true to yourself and not letting fame make you forget your values at home. It sounded innocent, but insiders say it was a direct shot at Kirk, especially considering his past cheating scandals involving his wife Rashida. Kirk didn't let that slide. Not long after, he jumped on Instagram Live and made some slick comments about people chasing attention and trying to stay relevant. That was the start of the back and forth. Mendeecees fired back with a post that read, "Don't throw rocks if your house is made of receipts." Things got messy fast. DMs started leaking. Kirk allegedly threatened to handle things in private, while Mendeecees told people Kirk was out of control. That's when things really started to spiral. According to Mendeecees, things got tense between him and Kirk Frost during a networking event held at a rooftop lounge in Atlanta. Mendeecees said Kirk came at him with a lot of aggression, cussing, getting in his face, and trying to start something. He claimed that Kirk shoved him first, which led to the fight. But Kirk had a totally different version. He said Mendeecees was the one who got in his face and that he only reacted to protect himself. For a while, it was just both of them telling different stories, until someone brought video proof to court. That's when everything changed. The footage came from a security camera at the lounge where the event was held. It was an invite-only gathering with a fancy setup. Red carpet, stylists, celebrities, influencers, and camera crew.
And let down my whole life.
Right.
I had expectations, and everyone I had expectations let me down. And I didn't want this relationship ruined.
Did you tell her that?
I told
her that, but did you really mean that?
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't mean it. I wanted to see if she take the exit.
Right.
Like if he giving me a sometimes
I'm gonna take it.
And sometimes you give someone an out and see if they take it.
Yeah.
And if they take it, that's what they really want.
Crews all around. No one expected any drama to go down that night. At first, the video looked normal. People were chatting, sipping drinks, and enjoying the music. Mendeecees was standing at the bar talking to two men. Then Kirk walked in, flanked by his assistant and another guy. He scanned the room, spotted Mendeecees, and walked right up to him without a second thought. He said something, then suddenly threw a punch. No warning, no push, just a straight-up swing at Mendeecees' face. Security quickly jumped in to break it up. Mendeecees tried to protect himself, but it was obvious he was only reacting, not starting anything. The video made it clear who the real aggressor was. Here's the problem for Kirk. He had already told the court that Mendeecees started it and that he acted in self-defense. But the footage showed the opposite. When the video played in court, the whole room went silent. You could feel the tension. It was like the air got sucked out of the building. When the courtroom video began playing, every pair of eyes locked onto the screen. But if you looked around instead of at the footage, you'd notice the real story unfolding in the people's reactions. Mendeecees sat quietly with his arms folded, barely flinching. He stayed calm, collected, and completely still the entire time. His face didn't show a single reaction, almost like he already knew the truth would come out. Kirk, on the other hand, looked visibly uneasy. As soon as the video started rolling, his entire body language shifted. He kept fidgeting, crossing.
The crazy thing about that is, in the beginning, I didn't think she could do it, right? Because I know how clingy she was, right? And prior to me having this case,
and uncrossing his arms, glancing at his attorney, then at the judge, and back to the screen. The moment the footage clearly showed him walking straight over to Mendeecees and throwing the first punch, it was like the air left his body. You could see it all over his face. He knew he had been caught doing exactly what he had claimed he didn't do. The courtroom's energy instantly changed. There were gasps, whispers, and wide eyes from the people sitting in the gallery. Some leaned in closer, trying to see every detail, almost as if a different angle would somehow tell a different story. The judge even paused the trial for a moment. He took a deep breath, looked down at his notes, and let the room settle. It was clear something major had just unfolded. Kirk had previously sworn in court that Mendeecees had threatened him and that he was just protecting himself. But now, this video told another story entirely. And the silence in the room said it all. Mendeecees didn't need to react. He didn't smirk or say a word. But that silence spoke louder than anything else. Everyone in that courtroom realized the same thing. Kirk's version of events had just completely unraveled. But the impact didn't stay inside those four walls. The moment the clip hit the internet, social media blew up. Twitter lit up with reactions. One viral tweet read, "Kirk swinging fists and fibs in the same week, caught in 4K and still trying to cry victim." Another joked, "He thought no one was going to see him throw hands like he's in the ring with Tyson." Instagram didn't hold back either. The Shade Room's comment section exploded. One user wrote, "He talked big on camera but froze in court. You can't spin the truth when you're caught on tape." TikTok jumped in too. People made hilarious edits of the footage with dramatic music, slow motion effects, and captions like, "Kirk's lies evaporating in real time." Some creators even posted side-by-side comparisons of Kirk's statements and the actual footage, pointing out every contradiction. What started as a courtroom incident became a viral sensation. The internet was not buying his story anymore. Even celebrities got involved. Yandy Smith reposted the video without any caption, just letting it speak for itself. Carly Red shared her reaction on her story, simply shaking her head in disbelief. At first, people were unsure who to believe, but once the footage dropped, the truth was obvious. Mendeecees wasn't just defending himself physically, he was protecting his name. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get any deeper, the court introduced alleged text messages from Kirk's phone. The story wasn't just about a fight anymore. It was about being exposed in every way possible. Just when it seemed like the drama was starting to settle, the courtroom took another sharp turn. The prosecution quietly handed over a printed batch of text messages taken directly from Kirk Frost's phone. These weren't rumors or gossip. They were real, time-stamped messages, and they changed everything. The first message shown on the screen read, "He won't see it coming."
Hit a dark road. And not even one time. You better know how to get through that motherfucker. You better know the path. Because as much as y'all want to talk, Kirk this, Kirk that, Kirk. Bro, how you think your grandmama made it and had your mama to have you?
First glance, it might seem vague. But when you match that with the video footage of Kirk walking straight up to Mendeecees and starting the fight, it became a red flag. It clearly hinted that this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment reaction. It was something Kirk had already planned. Then came another message. "I don't care what happens. He needs to know I'm not playing." That one really hit the room. The energy shifted. Even the judge leaned forward, taking it all in. These weren't texts written in a moment of anger after the fight. They were sent before the encounter even happened. And that matters a lot. Why? Because it means this wasn't just two people getting into a heated argument. It suggests Kirk came into that event ready to confront Mendeecees, not by accident, but on purpose. In legal terms, that's a big deal. It shows intent, which can change the entire way a case is handled in court. Experts following the case online started weighing in immediately. Some pointed out that the messages could be used to argue that Kirk acted with a plan, not just emotion. And if that's the case, it's no longer just a physical altercation. It's about motive and premeditation. Add that to the video showing Kirk throwing the first punch, and things don't look good for him. The texts back up what the footage already suggested, that Kirk wasn't trying to keep the peace. He was trying to prove a point. And when those words hit the courtroom, Kirk's entire vibe changed. He didn't just look nervous. He looked completely shaken. As the text messages were read out loud in court, all attention shifted straight to Kirk. The confidence he once carried vanished. his usual tough look faded.
Well, some of y'all might not know this stupid shit, but somebody really in the comments, the shade room is definitely always gonna have to, you're gonna get it, you're gonna put that work in over there.
And instead, he sat stiffly, eyes down, hands clenched tightly together. He didn't even try to look at the jury. The impact of the evidence clearly hit him hard. The jury noticed everything. A few jurors leaned in closer, and one raised his eyebrows when the second message was read. The room got quiet. You could feel the tension. Before the texts were revealed, there may have been some doubt about what really happened, but now, things weren't looking good for Kirk at all. Legal experts are already saying Kirk's team is going to have a tough time explaining those messages. Even if they try to say he didn't mean anything serious, the combination of the messages and the video footage paints a clear picture. Courts don't take that lightly. Intent matters, especially when it's backed up by proof. Meanwhile, Mendeecees stayed calm the entire time. No bragging, no reactions, just silence. But sometimes silence says everything. When you're telling the truth, you don't need to make noise. The facts speak for themselves. Now the question is Kirk's story falling apart, or is more drama still on the way?